Space aliens. A UFO. ¿Y dónde están los ETs?
Mañic, dijo el chol.
No.
No hay.
No hay aquí.
Solo está en el Palenque, donde
Mentira.
aparece montado eso.
Tengo una pregunta. ¿Dónde están los extraterrestriales? Los ETs, los aliens. ¿De otro planeta?
No hay aquí.
¿No hay aquí? No.
No.
¿En el pasado? No.
No.
No? Okay. See, nobody wants to divulge the truth. Very good morning and greetings from the jungle. Today we are going to be headed towards Palenque. Palenque might be our best chance to spot a real-life space alien. This is where the mural or relief of the so-called Mayan astronaut resides. I'm told a lot of the attractions or a lot of the exhibits are closed in Palenque because of the pandemic. I'm not saying the pandemic isn't real, I'm just saying that maybe people are using it as an excuse to hide the truth. But join me as we head towards Palenque and let's see if we can find the truth. We've come out to the side of the road here. Palenque is a short distance that way. That's actually the entrance. But we do need to get a car because it is about 1 kilometer down the road, and I think I'm going to be able to do it right now. Ahora, ¿vas a las ruinas?
Sí, pero tienes que pasar al filtro primero.
Huh?
Tienes que ir al filtro sanitario.
Alright, so I was about to hitch that ride, and the guy says I need to walk about a half a mile this way so that I can wash my hands and get a document from the local Mexican government saying that my hands are clean and I can enter the national park. So, welcome to Mexico. I don't know, let's just do it. It sort of defeats the purpose of getting a hotel room right at the base of the entrance to the ruins if they're gonna make us go the other direction to wash our hands. But you know, I think compliance is good because the pandemic is a real thing and a lot of people are dying and it's serious. I happen to have my vaccine, which is why I've been pretty lax with the masks and all that. So you know, follow the rules and you know, let's try not to land in Mexican prison. How about that for a day's goal? Let's not go to jail. We've reached the checkpoint here. I'm the only one here. Well, there's some people down that way, but they need to take my temperature and then I need to wash my hands. And yeah, they just need to make sure that I am healthy and nobody gets the COVID. So yeah, that's what's happening. I don't know, maybe I can get on that bus. But you know, I think they're gonna probably tell me no, and so I am going to hitchhike on that road. You know, it's not that far, maybe like a kilometer and a half to the entrance, and then another kilometer and a half to the actual ruins. So, pues, vámonos. So these tubs are used to wash your hands, which I just did. They took my temperature. I'm gonna see if I can get on this bus. I'm just gonna ask them. Disculpe. ¿Vas a Palenque?
Sí.
¿Puedo ir con este bus? Solo 5 minutos, ¿no?
Llegó borracho.
Hola. ¿Es posible para ir a Palenque en este autobús? Hola. ¿Es posible para pasar a Palenque en este autobús?
Tendría que hablar con el encargado.
¿Ah?
Tendría que hablar con el encargado del viaje.
¿Quién es?
El señor de la mañana con el número 7.
¿El Ponce? Ok. so I tried to hitch a ride. Apparently that guy number 7 was that guy that, you know, he's the boss, so he said no. So we're just gonna walk along this road here and, you know, we'll get a ride in no time. That was fucking stupid, actually. They didn't even give me a card or anything. They're just like, you gotta go. I was gonna try and jump on that bike, but there's already 2 people on there, so there it goes. So this guy says the extraterrestrials are here, but he's gonna want me to pay him money to tell him that. So I don't know. Let's see.
Yo hablo maya.
Okay.
Yo hablo lengua maya.
Y miraste
Sí,
los pequeños extraterrestres aquí.
así es.
Sí, así es.
Así es.
Entonces no puedo mirar la astronauta y no.
Pero el guía
Ajá.
te explica la
Puedes
reproducción muy,
explicar.
muy interesante.
Ok.
Muy interesante la inscripción en piedra.
Ajá. Ok.
Esta es la zona arqueológica.
Ajá. All right, we are in Palenque. I didn't film the entrance because the guy at the entrance tried to extort me for for 45 pesos for this camera. So I said I wasn't gonna film. But yeah, there was no documentation or anything. But the pyramids are here. And this is one of the more popular destinations in this entire state. And so it's very, you could say it's very well maintained, for better or for worse. And it's easy to get around. There's a lot of local tourists, a group of German tourists over there. And yeah, so let's see. Let's have a look. Oh my God, tripwire. So I'll meet you guys over there. Mexico is the shit. Hey, Mexico's the shit. These are the pyramids. You can tell a lot of it's roped off. They don't let you go up. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're not gonna get in the way. So this is a big temple here. You could tell. It's a pretty impressive site. It's very well preserved for a reason. Yeah.
Have a good day.
Okay. And yeah, let me try and get a spatial orientation. Este es el edificio más importante.
La principal.
Ese para acá, ¿sí?
La de pa' acá.
¿Dónde están los itis?
Los itis.
Sí.
En el museo.
En el
una
museo
réplica.
allá.
Museo.
Sí. Pero no hay los chiquitos itis que están corriendo aquí.
No.
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 No quiero ver eso.
No.
No. So yeah, this is the most important building here. So you can see, basically, it will look out on this whole area here. And this is probably either City Hall or some sort of administrative building. It might, no, it's more than that though. It's, you know, sort of like the city center, I'm sure. This is where they did the human sacrifice. This is where they ripped people's hearts out. And this is where they, you know, hung out. Might have been a couple restaurants up here, a rooftop bar or something. I don't know. People selling crafts and stuff. And oh, look at that. What's up there? Let's go up there. I don't know if I want to show you guys this because they're going to hassle me. And, you know, I don't want to show you guys me being a dick to these people because I'm not going to buy anything probably. Yeah, they're not going to bother me. But alright, I'll see you guys over there. So, despite the guy up front being like, you have to pay 45 pesos to film, nobody's hassling me for filming. My hunch, I believe, is more than likely correct that he was trying to extort me. And so, you know, extortion in Mexico, it happens. And, you know, the easy way out is you pay. But if you're a little more seasoned, you can sniff it out. And yeah, you don't have to pay because basically, you know, you can see it in their eyes. You can see they get a little nervous when you probe a little bit. In this particular case, I was like, hey, where does it say it? Show me where it says it. And then I said, hey, are you going to give me documentation? And he couldn't produce any of it. So, yeah, look at this beautiful jungle. It's very well kept. Very well kept. And this is the direction that they probably want to take all these places in, right? For better or for worse. I think for people like me, maybe, you know, I can't climb the pyramids and stuff, but there are a lot of morons out there that are, you know, doing some, you know, they want to take back trophies and things like that. So, yeah, we're going to climb these steps and I'll see you in probably 30 seconds here. So I am a little confused because that big building over there where I was talking to the guys about the little ETs running around, that was the principal building, the most important building. But we are on higher ground, and we see this magnificent pyramid over here. We see that. I don't know if that's a ruin. It looks like a house, but this is something else. And I get a sense that this might be the most important building. The complex of the cross and the triad. 3 temples. Yeah. So you see this temple is dedicated to the god of water called Gi. In Nahuatl, he would have been known as Tlaloc, and you can identify him because there are ruins all throughout this country with a god with goggles, like he has goggles on, and he is the water god. And so this is the temple that was dedicated to water god. So the human sacrifice also happened here for sure when people needed rain. This is also a temple, I'm sure then. So this entire complex is temples. Unlike Yaxchilan, which had one, this place has multiple temples. And so you could say that people here in Palenque were more devout. I think that's becoming pretty clear. Temple XIV, what the hell is that? Temple 14, apparently commissioned by Kinichkan Joichdam II, and was dedicated posthumously to his brother and predecessor Kinichkan Balam II. Let's see, there was a scene of dancing on a water band, the king dancing on the water band, with his mother Istakwaja, who is kneeling to present him statuette of the god Kawgil. So people are singing and dancing and doing a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of interesting stuff. Magnificent. Fascinating. So yeah, in Palenque, the water god is king. And then over there there's other stuff. So less important down here, more important up here. The plebeians, the masses, would spend more time down there. This is more rarefied air. And all hail the water god, provider of water, sustenance, corn, life. Life is life. Life is great. So yeah, this is where we're at, and I'll see you guys in a bit. If you do plan to make a trip out here to see the aliens, I mean, this place is it, right? This is where they actually have the so-called astronaut with the space helmet. Scholars would say that, you know, it's a warrior's helmet, I'm sure. And I actually haven't read into it because when you study this stuff in school, they encourage you not to indulge in the whole ufology because UFOs aren't real. But the guides here at Palenque have realized that there are people like me who say, hey, where are the UFOs at? And they're like, hey, pay me money and I'll tell you all about it. But if you do plan to make your way out here, this is a good beginner place to come because the paths are well maintained, and these hawkers are cool. They don't really bother you. If you go to a place like Chichen Itza, they are all over your face, So this is a chill place to come for sure. It's just hard to get here. Palenque is sort of hard to get here. You just have to do what I did, right? The more luxurious way is to go to Tuxtla and then take a big coach bus, not one of those, little vans that could break down in the middle of the mountains that I take. But, I think those have more flavor. Those are a little more fun. So, yeah, it's a beautiful scene here. It's a little too crowded for my taste, but that's all right. All right, so no great civilization is complete without sports and a sports stadium. So this is the Mesoamerican ball court where they would play the ball game. The players would play on that narrow sliver of grass over there, and they would use a rubber ball to put the ball through a hoop with their hips, with their feet, and the winning team would have the privilege of being sacrificed. So the absolute best players, I'm sure, would have been sacrificed up at the temple of the water god. And so that is the stadium over there. People probably would have been spectating from this view here where I am, as well as on top of the hill up there. Probably people watching all over here to watch the ball game. It's very, very, very well maintained. Over there, more temples. We'll check those out in 2 seconds here. So Palenque was actually, their main rivals were Yaxchilan, where we were the other day, and yeah, you could tell that there are probably some big egos here. And Palenque basically said, hey, look, we are, the gods favor us more because we dedicate more to them. So my educated guess is that they probably engaged in more human sacrifice here because that was pleasing to the gods. Whether that's actually true or not, I don't know, but that's the system that people of this region believed in at a certain point. Right, because at some point people thought that this was a peaceful civilization. This was a civilization that advanced science and architecture and astronomy, but at some point it degraded, sort of like our society right now, where human sacrifice became a norm, which it is today too, just not out in the open, not in public, right? We don't celebrate human sacrifice. We just send people to war, have them get killed. So, ball court. Let's have a look here. This is probably one of the better maintained ball courts that I've seen. It's definitely restored. They don't have the hoops though, but the hoops would have been here. The hoop would have been here. The other hoop would have been here. People would be playing where I'm standing. I don't know if people would be standing here. I bet you the forwards would be standing here, and a lot of the action would happen here in the middle, right? And so the whole point would be to get the ball right up here, and then you just hoop one in there. You hoop it in there, right? So that's what you're trying to do, and of course, the winners of this game would be sacrificed to the gods. The way they sacrifice people is literally, you'd be led up the steps. Here, I'll show you an example because, well, we don't know if this is a temple or not, but let's just use it as an example because it could very well be a temple, and a lot of temples are designed like that. You would be led up the steps, you would be celebrated Sort of like how sports people are celebrated after a game. You know, people would cheer. They might get like a medal. They might be, you know, given a crown. You know, they might be, you know, basically treated like a god. And when you reach the top of the steps, they would put you on the altar. They would take a knife, and they would sometimes they would decapitate you after ripping your heart out, or sometimes they just, you know, drive the knife through your chest, rip your heart out, and offer it to the skies as an offering to the gods. So that's how they would sacrifice people. How do we know this? Well, there are murals and there are stone carvings that depict human sacrifice, because it was a very important part of religion here in Mayan civilization and Mesoamerica in general. And, you know, some people would say, hey, that's pretty savage, right? But do you think savages would be able to construct a civilization like this? That was just, I was saying before. The Maya, the Aztecs, the Mesoamericans, they weren't that much different from us. You know, the way we glorify violent sports like football, boxing, UFC, things like that, right? And the way that we're obsessed with war, bloodshed, the military-industrial complex, right? Building weapons left and right and selling them to countries like Saudi Arabia, who cut off heads of journalists. Maybe it's just human nature, right? Maybe it's human nature to want to spill blood. Second Amendment. Mass shootings. Sometimes people don't change. It's just the way that we celebrate ourselves as animals, really. It just changes. I do want to reiterate, nobody has hassled me for this camera, so once again, I believe I am reaffirmed. That guy was trying to extort me. But anyway, that's all right. And he probably makes a decent amount of money doing it, but he's not going to do it to me. All right, so the ball court is up there. And this was the building that I used for the human sacrifice example. And it turns out this is a temple. It's part of what they call the North group of buildings here at Palenque. And like many of these buildings, they don't know who this temple was dedicated to. But yeah, it's fascinating, right? Because there's a temple here, there's a temple there. I bet you that here, that's a temple over there. And then, of course, the temple to the water god is up there. So there are many, many, many temples here. This is, you know, this could be like the Jerusalem of the Mesoamerican world. Who knows, right? And it's possible that even in rival states like Yaxchilan, you know, they would revere the holy sites here, and the keepers of the holy sites. Maybe they're, you know, maybe they're dicks. Maybe they wanted to take tribute. Maybe they wanted to charge people for filming. So beautiful sight, though. All right, so we're taking this trail into the jungle, it seems. I bet you this is the exit, but who knows? Nice trees. The weather is nicer today. It's not as hot. You can see it's, you know, clouded. Lots of clouds. No pasar. Don't go. It's probably, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there are people living in there up that road. Be a pretty cool place to live. So yeah, we'll see you at the end of this trail. So we're at the end of the path. You can see the bus there, so we are at the end. And so, yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, unfortunately we didn't see little gray men. Oh no. We didn't see any gray men. We didn't see any aliens. Only talk of aliens. But when I asked more, people wanted me to pay money. So, yeah, look at this beautiful flower, right? Look at this fire ants. So yeah, all right. See you guys in a bit.